How we doing? Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna be tuning into this football game this Sunday. Cross my fingers. There's not a lot of Patriots fans in the Midwest, but hopefully, got a lot of Seahawks cheering on Sunday. No, I think this is one of the coolest things ever. To let alone be in the NFL, but year one going to a Super Bowl and playing on a stage like this is just 101. What a dream come true! And there's a lot of people in our building, around me, in my corner that have made this possible. So a lot of thanks have to be given to be able to sit where I'm sitting today. Yeah, I think right away when you get picked, the first thing that comes to your mind is just the talent that there is in the locker room, and the coaching staff that I met the day after a draft. I mean, they had a mission. They have a standard in the building, and they have a vision of how the game of football is supposed to be played. So, from day one, I was super excited to be a part of the Seahawks, and it's awesome to be right here, sitting right here. Pardon me? The beautiful weather. We're outside. I think it's going to be like in the 60s, partly cloudy. Uh, Talk about unbelievable football weather. So it's going to be a fun day. Yeah, I think there's a lot of similarity from the college to this level, just by having the culture in the locker room and what winning culture looks like throughout the team and throughout the coaching staff and the expectation, the standard of how you're supposed to play football, and the effort and the mentality that you play with. But at the end of the day, this is a lot different because you're in the NFL and you're playing on the biggest stage in the entire world. So we're excited. Yep. Would I rather get in trouble with my coach or my mom? My coach, 1,000%. Uh, my mom is a West River, Hardin County woman who pulled my ear growing up. So for sure, my coach, JB, would be a much easier out there. I have no idea. Like, that's a good question. You got me stumped there. Good question. Not anything as remotely as that. That's unbelievable. Like, truly unbelievable. Um, Man, I would just say freshman year, I went through a lower leg, broke it, tore some ligaments and stuff. And I would say that 8 weeks of where I was on kind of a scooter type deal, not being able to walk, like that was pretty tough. You go from the highest of highs of playing football in college and then kind of having your season ending and then not being able to walk for 8 weeks. I mean, that I would be probably say that'd be the most football adversity I've had. But you learn from that. You understand that you never take a play for granted, and you play every play like it's your last play. I would say my family, my roommates, guys I lived with, like Jalen Sundell, our center on the team, was my roommate. He helped me. I remember he used to give me those shots to help with like blood clots and stuff in my like lower leg. So he was actually my nurse, uh, kind of after that injury, which was the most hilarious thing ever. But yeah, now I look back, it's just hilarious. But what like the unbelievable support that I had through that time just goes to show like how blessed I am and how awesome of a life I live so far. You can always get better. Don't really know the statistics or anything like that, but I haven't played my best football yet and continue to improve, and that's why we have coaches in the building coaching us up and helping us get better every single day. Yeah, I said we're playing outside. It's going to be in the 60s. Like, it's going to be good football weather, so we're excited to play outside. Brian? I feel like you already know the answer. Like, thanks, Brian. Yeah, I'm getting a fine as we speak, so it's cool. It's fun how they do that board in our offensive line room, but yeah, it tends to happen. I did find a way. I would love to give that kid a media fine. Um, we got to make something up. We're gonna start scheming. I'm with you. We're gonna start scheming. Yeah. Got to go largest army. Largest army for sure.
You brought this phrase to the locker room to guard accountability. You said what describes this offensive line is sweat equity. Is that a phrase you brought to the locker room, or is that a phrase that you picked up inside this locker room?
Yeah, that's I learned that my freshman year of college from what I would consider an older brother of mine on our football team, Cordell Volson, who's now been in the NFL for quite a few years. But sweat equity is a term that, like, you can't ask anybody to do something you're not willing to do, and you got to put in the work in the weight room, on the practice field, in the film room, and all that to understand to go perform on Sundays. So, yeah, there's been a lot of sweat equity put in this year, and there's got to continue to do it leading up to game day.
Has that phrase permeated to other units in the team, or is it just an offensive line thing?
I'm not exactly sure. I got to assume it's going to spread throughout the team, but that's just not me. That's everybody in the locker room, and we have unbelievable veterans that help kind of lead the charge and set the standard and understand what it takes to be a Seahawk.
Talk on something.
Yeah, on film they look like a team that is really playing with a lot of heart right now, and they're really good football players to start with. I mean, um, from top to bottom. And I think that the way that they're playing, it's going to be a really good challenge in the run game. And they've been doing an unbelievable job of stopping the run. So I know Seahawks, we kind of pride ourselves on being able to run the ball. So it's going to be a great challenge. Looking forward to it. They got unbelievable defensive linemen. It's going to be a good test. It's one of those deals I'm excited to go up against those guys. Yeah, I think finishing to the ball is a huge one. Being around the ball at the end of a play is another huge one, and then just the effort. Like if you watch an all 22 type film and you see multiple guys, 10, 11 guys finish around the ball, that's hard. That's it means something to get to the ball and swarm and make tackles. Who is my favorite Seahawk? Blitz for sure. You're my guy. You're my guy. Yeah.
As a former offensive lineman for the Seattle Seahawks, I played 88 Navy lines. We all know the offensive line has been a struggle for a handful of years. And what I was thinking when I saw they drafted you across, at some point we're going to get a solid core group of guys that's going to draw the line and say, we're going to make a difference. Was that kind of a discussion or a theme at all that you guys said, look, we've got talent here, but it's up to us as a unit to make things happen? Was there any kind of discussions like that?
Yeah, I think there's many discussions about let's be the reason why on this team. There's going to be games throughout the season where we're going to have to put the game on our back and go have a long drive and be able to run the ball and run clock out and stuff. And I think the big thing was our coach, John Benton, coming into our offensive line room and kind of instilling the mentality aspect of football. The mentality of whatever it takes to make sure your quarterback stays clean, or whatever it takes to make sure we get a first down, or whatever it takes for our running back to have 100 yards and 100 yards rushing in a game. So I think mentality is a huge thing that we kind of preached this past year, and I think we've done a good job with it.
You guys have done a great job. How much is it to the offensive scheme with the 3 tight end set? what's going on in front of you rather than having everything spread out? I know you were here last year, but we had everything spread out, which made it real difficult for the offensive line.
Yeah, I can't comment on last year because I wasn't here, but I think anytime you can get mass and weight onto the field with some extra tight end personnel as a fullback in there, it's a good day. And I think Clint has came here and he had a mission and he knew what he wanted to establish first, and that was the run game. And I think he's done an unbelievable job of understanding the players and what we're good at and kind of our pros and our cons of our game, and then kind of meshing that together with the running backs to establish kind of a line of scrimmage or run first type mentality.
Okay, as a non-offensive lineman, it's been fun watching you guys.
I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Great offensive lineman, Kurt, all time you study and improve your game.
All the time. I watch a lot of guys throughout the league. It's so fun as you start to play this game of football. You start meeting people and making friends and relationships, and get to watch other guys play. Like another guy I love watching is Will Campbell. Hopefully, I'm able to see him here tonight. What an unbelievable guy and player. To be able to do that in the left tackle position as a rookie is unbelievable. So excited to see him. Him and Jared are two guys I met through this process that are great dudes. But yeah, you kind of find a guy that maybe moves like you or kind of has a similar body type, and then you go and try and study them and pick things up. I mean, I watch Quentin Nelson all the time. Like, probably can't do what he does just because he's a phenom, but I try and pick up on some of the ways he sets certain guys or the type of footwork he uses in the run game and stuff like that. Same thing with Chris Lindstrom. Those guys are two guys I really look up to, and they're really good football players, but I try and watch those guys quite a bit.
When you look at
Yeah, that took some time because I think the relationship needed to be built first. And I think when I initially got drafted and came into OTAs, I think the biggest thing for me was learning. And I say it all the time, like, you don't know what you don't know. And to have guys like that kind of take me under their wing, show me what it is to be a vet, what it is to be in the NFL, kind of really allowed me to blossom out in Seattle because they kind of showed me the ropes. And then as you get down the line and you have the relationship and all that stuff, and then maybe you help them out here, throw in a tip here, it's huge. And it was so cool that they got to put that out there and kind of see that exchange. But I can't tell you how many times Leo's came up to me and said, hey, you might want to set differently here if you throw this, blah, blah, blah. And all those times that he's done that, it's something I'm going to spend the next 10 to 20 years trying to repay to him for everything he's done this past year for me. Yep. So crazy thing is, love Game of Thrones. I binged it with my roommate Jay Kubis. I want to say in like 2 weeks. One spring it was elite, but lately I just watched the new documentary. I think it's called like Miracle, The Boys of 80. Watched that, rewatched Miracle like 3 or 4 times now, like unbelievable. So now I'm kind of in the sports documentary world, and I'm gonna binge watch Full Swing the moment the season's over with to try and get my golf game rolling, because I'm hopefully gonna be able to break 80 this year. Got a lot of strokes to go, and we gotta play some better golf, but that's something I'm looking forward to.
Do you remember Super Bowl 49? Is it like a rematch for you guys? Do you remember Super Bowl 49?
Yeah, versus the Patriots. Yeah, that was. I remember watching that game, roller coaster game. It's one of those deals where you watch it as a kind of a viewer, and you understand like how much preparation and gets put into playing in the Super Bowl. But I wouldn't consider a rematch. 2 completely different teams, 2 completely different coaching staffs, and we're just excited to be here.
Maybe you guys will run that time, no? Yeah.
Not sure, can't comment.
Hey, Grey, how's your time in San Jose going?
It's awesome. Gotta get some sun today, some much needed sun. And we're just soaking in the moment and understanding that this is probably a once in a lifetime deal. Hopefully we can make it back every single year, but understanding that with this team and this locker room, it's truly special, and we're gonna embrace it.
Ray, I want to talk to you about questions. First one, Seahawks offense champion for linemen. Now there's a lineman of the year award. What does that mean to you guys? You win that?
Oh, it's super cool. I think there's like 5 guys this year nominated for it. All 5 guys are super deserving of getting that award, and it's gonna be so tough to hand out that award to a particular offensive lineman with how elite of talent there is in the league now. But it's super cool that they gave us an award to kind of chase. But at the end of the day, like, you just want to win the last game of the season and try and get that Lombardi trophy.
Great. Hey, man, how does a guy like you describe both? What song is going to get you in the right mindset?
So I got asked this, and I'm going to go with Springsteen by Eric Church. Slow down the vibes a bit, get right, understand what we got to do. I'm excited to throw that on. So.
Ray, how does a guy like you come out of this crowd short every time?
Man, it's one of those times where you go out there and you just do the best that you possibly can. I think that's what courage is just doing the best you can, knowing that the results are just completely out of your hands, and having the courage to, if it's 3rd and 16, understand that you might be the guy that makes the block or misses the block. And I think that's a super cool part about offensive line plays. You got to be courageous in the moment. Absolutely.
Ray, you talked earlier about establishing the run option, but I want to take it a level deeper. Establish that into play New England close their rush lanes. What do you see on tape leading up into this week, which, if anything, makes it that much exciting of a matchup?
Yeah, I think New England does a really good job of playing off of each other. They have a really good defensive front, and then their linebackers play really well with them. So I think understanding that we're going to have to continue to make blocks is going to be a crucial part of the game plan, and excited to go up against a front 5, front 6 like they have.
You talk about just the process of like meshing with this offensive line. Obviously, a relatively young offensive line. You guys see Charles as well. Still, relatively young.
Yeah, I think they've done an unbelievable job of bringing me in and kind of letting me have a personality as a rookie. And I think it started from OTAs of kind of meshing together and the friendships that we've created and the bonds that are going to last a lifetime. So I have an unbelievable group around me in that offensive line room, and we have fun every single day, which probably is not happening across the league, but we enjoy every single day, no matter what day it is. Thank you. Ooh, that's a really good question. Gosh. Well, my first initial thought would be like communicating through the noise. Can't hear very well. But executing with fatigue is actually like extremely challenging, especially when you're going against elite level players like there are in the NFL. Like, you got to be on your A game every single play. So I'm going to go with executing with fatigue is going to be the more challenging one. I think you get mentally ready through it, knowing your preparation for it, knowing all the days of training camp, of OTAs, and then throughout the season to get you prepared for this moment. And I think our coaches and strength staff have done an unbelievable job of preparing us for this moment. Now it's just time to kind of go execute. Yeah, we had a dome, which was super nice. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people knew that, but it was one of those deals. It was a mindset of playing up in Fargo, and I think my strength coach Jim Kramer did an unbelievable job of establishing that. And I think in life, it's just a mindset of whether you got to be tough or not, and turn down a hit or something like that. So I got a lot of people to thank for getting me to this place. Okay, my Mount Rushmore of North Dakota State players of all time. Okay. Number 1, I'm going to go with Billy Turner, left tackle for us. I think I don't know how many years he played in the league. He played in the league a lot. So I'm going to give O-line some love. So Billy Turner. Number 2 is going to be my offense coordinator, Tyler Roll. Dude was a stud. We still have the '07 like explosive tape, highlight tape pulled up almost on a daily. Um, Number 3, I'm going to go with, gosh, I'm going to go with, got to say, my freshman year roommate, Cam Miller. Won a lot of games. What an unbelievable player he was. And then 4, gosh, dude, I'm going to go, I'm going to go Kyle Emanuel, defensive end. Played for the Chargers for some years. So those are my 4. Billy Turner, Tyler Roll, Cam Miller, and Kyle Emanuel are my Mount Rushmore of North Dakota State. Yeah, backside outside zone, the mentality is just run as fast as you possibly can. With how fast the linebackers are in the NFL, like you got to take an angle and try and just run as fast as you possibly can. And it's always funny because you can kind of feel the feet right below you as you run. So you might have to jump over a leg or try and swim around a leg or something like that. So I've tripped many times trying to get a linebacker on the backside of outside zone. But like you said, like it's challenging. I've missed that block many times. But when you make that block, it tends to be just a really big play. And with our running backs, it's like you just block until you hear the whistle because they're so explosive. At any point, they can kind of hit a hole and have a 70-yard touchdown run. So. Yeah, I think biggest thing about Sam Darnold that I've noticed is just to take it day by day. Just be the same guy every single day. Avoid the highs, avoid the lows, and understand that you just got to keep your head down and go to work. And I think that's what I appreciate the most about Sam is that he's just an unbelievable guy day in and day out. And as a rookie offensive lineman, there's no other guy you would want to block for than Sam Darnold because he's just one-on-one. He's a pure just guy's guy. And I love him to death. He's the best. And there's a reason he's having the success he's having the past years. And that's just he's just continuing to work and work and work. That's I don't Federico Maranhas. That's so insane that Sam would say it. That's a jokingly comment from Sam. No, you know what? I'm gonna say Sam Darnold. I'll make Sam go on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. I'm saying Sam Darnold. I'm making him go on it. If he's making me, I'm making him do it. So. Dude, I'm struggling right now. The one where Patrick Starr like nails that board on his head as he's like trying to do work. I can't think of it. I just think of the meme of like him having the plank on his head. That's got to be an all-time meme. So I'll choose that episode. Yeah. Oh, that's a really good question. You got to do somebody that's got unbelievable feet. It's got to be a DB of some sort, like Julian Love. I don't know why it took that long. Julian Love would win Dancing with the Stars for sure. I want to say like our 5th grade year, we're like the Mean Machines. Shout out The Longest Yard. Like, I think we're the Mean Machines because we watched The Longest Yard that year. So, yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Can you pronounce this for me so I know how to say it? What's that? Dutchland? Dutchland? Okay. Appreciate that. all of training camp with Leonard Williams and Jaron Reed and Byron Murphy. Like that was my welcome to the NFL moment. Like, yeah, yeah, it was not a fun training camp, and ultimately it prepared me for the NFL season and who I was going to have to face. So I'm super appreciative of that. But yeah, it was not fun for 4 weeks of training camp for sure. Uh, I'm going through our roster right now. I'm just like in my head, it's like starting from zero. Like DeMarcus Lawrence, great guy. Drew Lock, great guy. Yeah, probably Josh Jones. Josh Jones, probably.
I was asking the AI to describe the Seahawks in 3 words. Before I tell you, what will you say?
To describe the Seahawks in 3 words, okay. Gritty, funny, and smart.
Oh, that's cool. It said flying gears and fence. I like that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite meal on a cheat day?
My favorite meal on a cheat day. Oh, the Italian sandwich from Potbelly. Oh, it's top tier. It's like salami, ham, cheese, throw some lettuce, tomatoes, mayo, and Italian seasoning on there. So, yeah, it's top tier. It's the best.
I got another cheat day question.
Yeah,
So being down here makes me wonder, In and Out or Dick's?
in and out for sure.
Oh, what team you play for, man?
I play for the Seahawks. Proudly say in and out. Animal style too. It's unbelievable. It's good stuff.
Did you have a favorite Gatorade color to drink?
I don't know. Favorite. My favorite's the lemon lime one. Just top tier. Lemon lime for sure.
Last one I have is, could you suggest a punishment for last place in my
Ooh. Okay, this is a great one because I think my brother had to do it. Right. Punishment for last place. You get all the guys rounded up. I don't know if that's the case. You go to a bar. You start a tab with the loser's card, but you drop the loser off like 10 miles away from the bar. And as soon as he gets there, he can close out the tab. But you got to run 10 miles, walk 10 miles, but everybody else gets a drink for free on his tab as the punishment for fantasy football. So I feel like that's a top tier one. I don't know if I would sprint, walk. It's one of those deals where it just depends on the day. So that should be the punishment for sure. Just go out there and be us, and understand that he's an unbelievable running back, so he's going to make a lot of plays for us. But just being able to block our guys and do our job is going to be the most important thing. And probably not make the moment too big, and just understand that it's just a football game. And he's a special player. He's going to do special things, and we're excited to block for him.
Right, I'm going to ask you a little bit about going up against your defense, which has got so many buildings outside. How good is it to sort of shoot line and shot inside every day? What's it been like through the year?
Yeah, I think you just said it perfectly there. Iron sharpens iron, and going up against our defensive line has been a learning experience every single day. And I'm just fortunate that we have the culture in our locker room that our defensive linemen take the time to coach us up and give us tips and pointers and all that. And I think that was one of the coolest things about being in the NFL is training camp. Like the second day, Leonard Williams beats me on a speed rush, hand chop outside, and he was like, "Hey, I saw you dragging your outside hand a little bit. You should keep it up." So I'm not able to do that. And from that point on, it was like Leo just started coaching me and coaching me and coaching me. And at the end of the day, it's iron sharpens iron. And at the end of the day, that's super cool to have that. You can't measure how important the vets are on our football team, from top to bottom on both sides of the football, setting the standard and kind of the trajectory of where this team was going. I think that's one of the coolest things about the vets in our locker room is we came into it and they had a mindset that Like nobody was stopping them, and they're going to play with effort and energy. And I'm super grateful to be a Seahawk for sure. Sam as a leader is he's going to show up to work every single day and work, and he's going to be the same guy day in and day out. And I think that just speaks volumes of who he is as a player, who he is as a person, and the leadership quality that he has is no moment's too big for him. He's not affected by the lows. He's not affected by the highs. He's just even keel throughout the entire game. And to have somebody like that calling your plays, leading your huddle, being the quarterback of your offense is, as a rookie, as an offensive lineman, as an offensive player, is just one of one. And I'm super excited that we have another opportunity to go play for him on Sunday.
Ray, are you an MMA fan?
I'm not. Sorry. Yes. What? You know my mom? Gotcha. What an unbelievable woman that she's been in my life. Like one of one. Like first off, probably got all my athletic genes from my mom as she played basketball and ran track in college. So it was one of those deals where she did our laundry growing up. She cooked us meals. She was the best mom I could possibly ever have. So it's super cool, and I'm excited that they're able to come out to this game and be able to support me. And I'll never be able to repay them for the sacrifices that they made, both my mom and my dad. So yeah, I love you, and she's the absolute best.
So, you
Yeah.
played with big FCS conference, North Dakota State, winning traditions. How do you compare playing in an FCS national championship with this game?
Yeah, I think there's going to be roughly 40,000 more fans, so it might be a little bit louder when you get a first down or score. But at the end of the day, the field still is 120 yards long from back of the end zone to back of the end zone, and you're just going to have to play football at the end of the day. So I think it's cool that we at North Dakota State have been successful to play on big stages like that have prepared me for this moment. But just understanding it's another football game at the end of the day, and we're excited to go out there and play, and just have the understanding that everybody puts their shoulder pads on the same way and buckles their chin straps. So it's a football game at the end of the day.
Ray, as a kid with roots in Nebraska to a kid from South Dakota, what farm chores do you think best prepared you as you started to play football?
Picking rocks, pulling weeds, and sweeping out the shop are probably the three things that have prepared me for this moment, and three things that I don't wish upon my worst enemy to ever do. But if you get in trouble, that was your job for the day, which made for an extremely long day. So I'd say those three things have kind of prepared me for this moment.
Top favorite chore would be
Harvesting corn or planting. Those are kind of my two favorites for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think when the Seattle's called me to draft me, I was super grateful that they'd take an opportunity on a guy like me, and it's super cool to see this kind of come full circle in your first year, and have the opportunity to go and play in the Super Bowl. So from day one, they had a vision, they had a standard, and they had a mentality of what they wanted to establish in Seattle. And I think it was just my job when I got drafted to come in and do all those three things and give the team an opportunity to be able to win the last game of the season. Yeah, I think the Pacific Northwest, like the 12s, are just the best fans in the entire world. They're the craziest fans, the loudest fans that I've ever been a part of. Like Lumen this past year was unbelievable. It was one of one, and I think they kind of rallied behind us and our mentality and what we wanted to bring to the game of football. And I'm super grateful to be a part of the Seahawks and continue to hopefully make people proud. I would say, gosh, I'm looking down at Sam right now. Just competitor, like just a competitor daily. Anything he does, he competes, and that's all you can ask for out of a quarterback. And no matter the situation, no matter what we're doing, he just competes, and I think that's the coolest part. Yeah, I think the fear factor comes into play is like you want to make sure you're doing everything that you could possibly be doing because one, he's an unbelievable coach, and two, he's just such an elite competitor as well. Like he wants to win at everything, and I think that's the coolest thing about playing for him is understanding he's a guy that wants to win and he doesn't accept anything else. So I think Mike's just an unbelievable coach to play for, and super fortunate that I'm playing for a guy like that. OTAs probably when I don't think defense was having a great day against us, and he just kind of one of those days where I could just see it in his eyes. I'm like, that's not a guy you want to be on his bad side. So let's block the 3 tech and not get a lot of penalties. It's the game of football. It's going to be on grass is the only different thing, but at the end of the day, it's a game of football. Haven't really looked into too much of that stuff and don't plan on doing it. But we're just excited to have another opportunity to play football and put the pads on and compete with our team and play with our guys. So it's one of those deals where you don't really look into too much of the location or where it's at, all this. It's just another chance to play football, and we're excited for that. Yeah, I think you're a little more comfortable knowing that you've played on this field and know kind of the field condition and what to expect and kind of the how loud it gets and all that and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you just got to line up and play the game of football. Yeah, hard fought, relatively low scoring those first two games, and they're unbelievably coached. I mean, and they got guys that have a lot of heart and they play with a lot of fire and passion. And when you play different teams like that, you wake up the next day feeling a little more sore than usual. But they're just pure competitors, and they're going to be division rivals for a really long time.
Great being in California, you prefer Dick's hamburgers or In-N-Out?
In-N-Out. I just had In-N-Out for the first time this year while I was training out here pre-draft process. So just a normal, I think it's called like a double with side of animal fries. It's top tier. Like it's unbelievable. I don't know if I'll be able to eat any of that leading up to the game, but maybe like Monday for lunch type deal. Maybe throw in a little order of some sort. So we're excited for that. Yeah, I'm thinking like, does the stock market close on national holidays? I think so. Yeah, 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 for sure. Then close down the stock market, make it a national holiday. That way, people can enjoy their Sunday night, have a little Sunday fun day, have a few brewskis while watching the game. Yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to answer that. Make it a national holiday. Like I have my vote of approval for sure. Not really, but we'll take what we can take. Man, I would say the Seahawks logo. Just being able to see that kind of on your chest and have a reason to play is one of those deals where you wake up and you can't have a bad day in the NFL because you're getting to play a child's game and you get compensated extremely well for it, and you get to be with some of your best friends and guys in the locker room every single day. So at the end of the day, it's hard to have a bad day. So when you understand that, it makes the game a lot of fun. Biggest lesson I've learned in my rookie season that everybody gets got. Uh, Everybody gets beat is the thing I learned. Doesn't matter how good you are, doesn't matter who you are. Everybody gets beat, and having the next play mentality is so critical. And I think I spent the first few games thinking that every game's going to be, I want it to be perfect, and I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and at the end of the day, you got to play the next snap, no matter the result of the previous one. And as I understand that mentality more and more, it allows me to play a little bit better every single game because I'm not allowing the last play to affect my next play, and just be even keel and not not get too low, not get too high, and just be loose and focused the entire game.
You know, Greg, one of the things I see in the NFL is you played a ton of football in your college years and your NFL so far. What was the biggest thing that you saw this season playing off Seahawks? Yeah, I'm here with first round pick of the Seattle Seahawks, who's look, Rich. This new guy's played a lot of football. Played 17 games this year. The Seattle Seahawks started at left guard with, and North Dakota State played 41 games. So kind of take me through. A lot of rookies hit the rookie wall, but you're used to playing in the January and now February. How are you able to handle this much workload, playing this much football?
Yeah, I definitely hit the rookie wall this year, as you can probably tell from my tape. But just understanding that when you're winning football games, it allows you to have a lot more fun playing football, and that's been the best part. Is we've been winning football games, and we got to win one more. But to understand, I quit playing for myself. I'm playing for the other guys in the locker room. I'm playing for the coaches, the support staff, all that, because they pour so much into you and they allow you to go out there on Sundays and be your best self. So I'm excited to play Sunday for a lot of people and be the best player that I possibly can be.
You know, you got Lewis, you got John, you got Byron. All of these guys on the opposite side of the field on your defense. How have they made you better throughout your season?
They've been unbelievable leaders and they've been unbelievable guys. It's one of those deals where they just continue to pour into me day in and day out, and being able to have those guys line up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in practice. You go out there on Sunday, you feel pretty confident in your abilities if you're able to block those guys.
Last month, the guys are back at the set. They're talking to Jalen Silva. What should they ask Jalen? Give me a story about Jalen Silva.
Man, they got to ask Jalen Sundell about our pool table in our living room in college and how many times I whooped up on him playing pool. So that was one of those ideas where it'd be like, it's so sweet to have a pool table in our living room. And then every single night you're playing pool and you're like, all right, we got to get rid of this. Like, we got to start doing school work and getting to bed and stuff. But yeah, ask him about that and see, ask him how many times I beat him in pool. So,
Well, we got one more game on Sunday, man. Best of luck to you.
absolutely. Thank you.
Great. What's the difference between the Grey Zabel that picked up the phone saying he got drafted to the Seahawks compared to the Grey Zabel that's currently sitting right now?
I would say just a completely different understanding of football, and I think that's the coolest part is throughout from when I got drafted to now, you just understand the game of football a lot more, and understand kind of how it works. And I think the coolest part is I just learn every single day, and that's the biggest part about being a rookie is just trying to learn every single day, day in and day out. And so yeah, I would just say my knowledge of football has just been increased. So.
Besides making the Super Bowl, what has been the coolest thing that you've done with the Seahawks?
It's a good question. I would say just being a part of the team is the coolest thing, and being with the guys in the locker room and hanging out with the people in our building has probably been the coolest part, and the relationships that I've made with people throughout Seattle, throughout the state of Washington, and throughout the Seahawks organization. So that's for sure the coolest thing.
Everyone loves a pancake block. What's the most underrated feeling as an offensive lineman?
Gosh, the most underrated feeling is coming off the field and getting that first drink of water after a long drive. Like, oh, I feel like that could solve every issue in your entire life if that feeling could just be like bottled up. Like getting that drink of water after a long drive, that's top tier.
And then who's your dream defender that you want to block? Retired or current?
I would say my dad. He played defensive end / outside linebacker at a Division II school back in South Dakota. If we could in his senior year of college, if I could go up against him right now, that'd be the dream guy to block, just so I could know if he was actually decent at football or if he was just all talk. So my dad for sure back in his prime. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh boy. This is gonna be a bad look. I haven't been to a Space Needle yet. Just all ball. All ball. Do I gotta go yards or feet? Feet? Okay. I'm a rough estimate. It's, let's say, 100 stories high. So yeah, I'm doing the math here. Are we talking tall ceilings, low ceilings? So it's going to be either 1,200 feet or 1,000 feet, somewhere in that ballpark, depending ceiling height. Oh, nowhere close. Thank you.
Over the top of his redemption story and how he's failed all these places. I think he kind of wants to get that behind him already at this point.
It's not a great question because I don't think he's failed at any of the places he's been at.
The media's kind of made that narrative.
The media's made the narrative, but it's one of those things where if you know who the guy was, you'd understand how awesome of a human being, how much of a competitor he is, what a just guy he is, and that's a bad narrative because it's not true, and I think he's doing what he was always meant to do, and that's play elite level quarterback. So I'm excited that I'm able to block for him, and he's having a lot of success that he should have because of how hard he works and the type of guy he is. I don't know. I'd probably shave it off for a Super Bowl. Yeah.
Great running back once said, "I'm just here so I don't get fined." Why are you here? How do you feel?
Same exact way. Next question. What's up?
You're a rookie O-lineman on this squad. Did you come to this season expecting to play this season? What was your goal coming into the season?
I think goal coming into the season is be the best teammate that I possibly could be, no matter what my role was going to be. And I think when I first got to the Seahawks, the standard was to win the last game of the season. So I think there's been a vision and a mindset that from day one that was going to happen. And I think all it took was buy-in from everybody in the locker room to make this happen. Our vets, our coaches, the people on the third floor in our building just all put that together to be able to get where we're at today. Oh, my bad.
And you protect the running back. What do you want your running back to know when running behind you?
I'm trying my best. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think what I want him to know is just one of those deals, just run through the smoke. I mean, it might not look pretty, it might not look the best, but at the end of the day, we have unbelievable running backs, and I'm super grateful and excited to block for them. And it's just one of those deals, just do my job, make sure my guy doesn't tackle a running back. And at the end of the day, they've been extremely successful being who they are, and they're going to continue to be unbelievable running backs. Thank you. Every single day in training camp has been was my welcome to the NFL moment. And then I got to say, the first play, the preseason game of my NFL career, I just got destroyed. So that was pretty tough. It was like a hello type moment. But yeah, it's cool to be able to say that. And it's one of those deals where I probably have a welcome to the NFL moment every single game. So it's a game of football, and the next play mentality is real.
Right, there's an awful lot of Seahawks fans over in Ireland. Can you shout them out? And do you think you could find it on a map for you?
Ireland?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I could probably find it on a map. One of those places I do want to go visit. Have a Guinness over in Ireland. That seems top tier. That's on my bucket list for sure. So we're excited for that, and hopefully down the road, maybe there's a game over there, an international game over in Ireland that Seahawks are able to take part in. Thank you.
What's your dad joke?
Let's hear it.
Okay. So there's this new rule in Hawaii. They're not allowed to laugh very loud anymore. They have to keep it at a low pop. Thanks.
Thanks. Yeah, that's good. Can I steal that joke? Can I use that joke? Okay. Yeah, we got to say a joke every single day in the O line room, and I'm pretty. What am I third to the bottom? I'm pretty. Yeah, yeah. I'm towards the bottom, so I got to use that joke for sure. All right, let's hear it. An Escalade. Escalator. Got it. Yeah, yeah. That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Yeah. Thank you. It's awesome. I mean, what a powerful running back he is. The side to side speed, the side to side speed is unbelievable. I mean, he's able to put his foot in the ground and get north, and he's a powerful running back. So it's an absolute joy to block for that guy. I wouldn't say so. Maybe a few things, maybe a song or two that I must listen to. But I wouldn't say I'm superstitious. Maybe just a little stitious. I have an omelet in the morning on game day, and then I eat ice cream the night before. So I'd say those are two things.
After you win the Super Bowl, any special food that you would like to eat?
A Mound City Bar and Grill cheeseburger is on the list for sure. Yeah, that's right by my farm. That's the place by my farm. I don't really wear hats because I have just an absolute noggin on me. Oh yeah, yeah. You'll have to set it down right there. Yeah, I'll pick it up. Thank you. Yeah.
Great question for you. I have with me from the band Five Finger Death Punch.
Top tier beard, by the way.
And we wanted to know a couple of things. We saw you mic'd up and we saw you singing on the field. Have you ever been in a mosh pit?
Mosh pit, no. Pit, yes. I was in the pit for a Parker McCollum concert. Country singer came to Fargo. Yeah, so I was in a pit of some say, but yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go, dude. That's a top tier guy to bring on tour, by the way. Pierre, South Dakota, like Midwest. You maybe like a Sioux Falls, Fargo. Top tier. I'm there. Let's go. I'm there. Okay. Would you consider Nickelback as rock? Nickelback, Creed. You got to go AC/DC. I'm gonna go all to 80s because like I'm across the board. So I'm gonna go like AC/DC, Poison, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, like top tier.
And I got to tell you, I get to interview players every year for the Super Bowl. This one's very emotional for me because I've been a Seahawks fan most of my life, and that last Super Bowl was.
I'm with you. Yeah.
My therapist is having a journal to get through it. He said it would be good for me to just go with this. Just tell the Patriots how much pain they've caused me. To be able to say that to their faces and ask for, give them forgiveness for what they did to me. I know. Is there any kind of advice you can have for emotional Seahawks fans this Sunday to just help us get to the promised land?
Yeah, cheer as loud as possible. Get loud in Levi's Stadium for us, and Yeah, I would say absolutely. Can't wait. It's great meeting you. Yeah.
Who has the top tier hair on the team?
My guy, Sam Darnold, right down there. He'll never let me go to his barber, by the way, which you got to talk to him about that. But yes, Sammy D for sure. Yeah.
One more question. I'm trying to find the best hard counter on the Seahawks team that's not at work right now. Can I get a hard count?
Hard count? Oh, dude. Um, God, I'm trying to see like what cadence I want to use, all this stuff. Actually, you know who has a really good hard count? You got to go Olutimi. Go ask him for his hard count. It's pretty nasty. He's our backup center. It's good stuff. You got to go get him. Yeah, yeah. You better go get to him. That's top tier hard counter right there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I had a buddy, his middle name is Strike. I wanted to know what your parents had in mind when they named you Strike.
Yeah, I think growing up till I got to like 14 or 15, I thought I was named after Grey's Anatomy, and then I found out kind of like late middle school, early high school that Grey's Anatomy came out in like 2005 or 2006. So that just completely shot me down. I don't really know why my parents named me this. I love the name, by the way, but I have no idea. So one of these days, I'm gonna have to ask them and get the meaning behind it. Yeah, it's just take it one day at a time and just try and keep the preparation the same that we've had throughout the year, and just having the understanding it's a football game and you got to go out on Sunday and perform. And yeah, there might be some more commercial timeouts and maybe a little more famous people in the stands, but at the end of the day, it's just a football game and we got to treat it like that. Love it, love it. Yeah. Yeah, I think the FCS is the exact definition of if you're good enough, they'll find you. And I think there's a lot of great players in the FCS that have a chip on their shoulder. Maybe they're under recruited or undersized, but having, I know Montana State, Weber State, North Dakota State, all those schools being represented, it gives players that are at that organization right now, at that college right now, something to look forward to or something to work towards. And I think it gives guys that are maybe under recruited right now to, hey, if I go to a place that develops me and makes me into a better person, a better player, and a better human being, like I can easily have a shot at the NFL. So I think it's super cool that FCS is so well represented in this game. And it's just, I think, going to continue to grow and grow the brand of FCS football. Yeah, we just got to run the damn ball and understand that might not be great to start, or it might be ugly at the beginning, but you just got to keep your head down and keep working and be able to run the ball. Yeah. I don't know who the best would be. I can give you like some of the lower tier, like bottom shadow boxers. Just guy that I think of is J.R. Singleton, just right off the top. Not a great shadow boxer. I know the last time we went, I know he didn't beat me. I know I have proof of that he did not beat me. The last games, oh, you got to ask him. No, I know. It's so fun. What a cool game! Like that's getting brought to like kind of the world. It's what a game to pass time. But yeah, I would say JR is a good shadow boxer. Chenna is a good shadow boxer. Leo, another good shadow boxer. Federico is a good shadow boxer. Olu is it's our entire team. Olu, bad shadow boxer, like auto win if I want to play Olu. But all right, this ain't gonna be good. All right, I have I have 400.
400. Okay,
Yeah.
is that high for you or low?
Uh, it's right in the middle. I carry probably 250 to 300 unread texts.
The red notification doesn't stress you out?
It's one of those deals where I always say, if you really need me, call me. I'll probably see the text. It's 50-50 if I text back, but yeah, it's probably bad, but yeah, 400. Yeah.
Senior Bowl, when you get drafted, fast forward a year later, here you are at Super Bowl 60. Can you talk about what this past year is like and your emotions, ready for this?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the Senior Bowl for giving me opportunity to go and compete and kind of show who I am against the um, higher level defensive linemen and stuff, higher level players there. So we're extremely grateful for that, and it's one of those deals is how crazy your life can change in a matter of a year with hard work and determination. So extremely grateful for everything that's happened along the way, and this past year has been one of the best years of my life. So we're excited. JSN, household name. Sam Darnold, household name. I got to think Kenneth Walker is going to be Kenneth Walker or AJ Barner are going to be more household names after on the offense side of the ball because those two guys are extremely explosive playmakers and excited to watch them on Sunday. He's been unbelievable. I always said it was never if he was going to get a head coaching job, it was when. He's an unbelievable guy, unbelievable person, just a great mentor for our offense. He's everything you could ask for an offensive coordinator, and I'm excited for the future that he has, whatever decision that is. And selfishly, you want him for as long as possible, but at the end of the day, it's one of those deals where you know you're not going to have him forever because he is an unbelievable coach, person, and friend, for sure. Favorite football movie? Ooh. Okay, this might be a hot take, and I don't know if a lot of people have said it, but Invincible with Mark Wahlberg,
I love that pick.
the Philly like bartender.
Play the parking lot like full on.
They got the Mud Bowl happening like what on like a Tuesday before a game, like.
Like after work, like, let's go send him.
Yeah, let me go chug 6 beers and then go play in a mud bowl. Like as I'm in the middle of an NFL season, I would say that's a top tier movie for sure. Vince Vaughn, bigger guy, unbelievable like comedy guy. Yeah, Vince Vaughn for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, thank you. All right, thank you. Hey,